Hello and welcome to the Warcraft Academy guide to Galakras Heroic. For this guide I'll assume you already know how the fight works on normal. If you don't, click at the top to view it. The fight only has one mechanical change from normal aside from increased health and damage values. On normal, the towers unlock automatically after a set period of time. However, on Heroic, you need to protect a demolition crew as they attempt to blow open the door. Periodically, grunts will spawn atop the hill next to the tower, so you need to have them killed to prevent them killing the demolition crew. You need to split your raid appropriately. You'll start with 2 ranged and a healer up on the hill if you're 10 man, or 3 ranged and 2 healers up on the hill for 25 man. We also chose to have our second tank up there to assist with stuns, and because he'd be going up the tower eventually anyway, but that's not required to start with. The rest of your raid will be going down on the floor as usual. Whenever grunts spawn by the tower, the hill group will focus it and kill it, using knocks, stuns and crowd controls as necessary to keep it away from the mobs. Whenever there is no grunt up, they can help DPS the main group of mobs from atop of the hill. Down on the ground, your highest priority is always banners and healing totems, which your melee should be killing practically instantly. After that, focus any tidal shamans you might have up. You need to interrupt every cast, especially their heals, but even the tidal wave can be quite deadly, so do try to interrupt it. You can cleave and multi-dot the other mobs, but tidal shaman should be your primary focus. Resist the temptation to just AoE. When there are no tidal shamans up, your main focus is bone crushers. These need to be stunned or interrupted when they cast Fracture on the friendly NPCs, or they will kill them. Sometimes they'll charge to the back to cast Fracture, other times they'll use it on Varian when he's in melee. Either way, you must interrupt it. You'll have 2 bone crushers in the first wave along with some trash mobs, and in the second wave you'll have a tidal shaman and some other trash mobs. The third wave is the first mini-boss. Focus the 2 Ebon Stalkers first and be sure to avoid their Shadow Assault by moving out of it, especially if you're melee. When they're dead, kill Korgra the Snake. Make sure to completely kill her before you swap to any other target. After she's dead, kill the Demolisher. When it's dead, your hill group can ascend the tower. It doesn't matter who you send up, but you'll want to send 2 DPS, 1 tank and 1 healer if you're 10 man, and 5 DPS, 1 tank and 2 healers if you're 25 man. All we did was send up the group that was already defending the tower along with a couple extra DPS. That group needs to clear the tower as quickly as possible and be sure to use the cannon to kill all the drakes in the sky, otherwise the drake fire attack they do will start to one-shot people. Whilst that group ascends the tower and handles it the same as on normal, the rest of your raid will continue to handle the next wave. You'll need to start defending the north tower immediately, so send 1 or 2 ranged and a healer up the north hill immediately, although stay in range of the main group so you can assist each other. Those players will have to defend the north tower alone until the south group returns, so call up for help from other DPS if needed. Once the second mini-boss spawns, focus the tidal shaman first whilst avoiding the boss's frontal cleave and his AoE smash. As soon as the south tower group is finished clearing, they can immediately move to the north tower to defend it, leaving the others free to assist the main raid. Kill the Demolisher when it appears and then have the tower group climb the north tower. As long as you split your raid properly and focus shamans and bone crushers, as well as interrupting them properly, you won't have any problems keeping up with the DPS checks here. If you let heals get through though, you'll have problems. Once the north tower group has almost cleared the tower, send 1 player back up the south tower to help shoot the boss down, just like on normal. Once she's down, split your raid evenly into 2 groups in melee range of the boss. We have red and yellow raid markers to indicate the sides. Whenever someone is targeted with Flames of Galakras, that player needs to run directly behind their group, so that the fireball passes through the group and reduces in size. You want to do this intelligently to allow stacks to reset. For example, if your group has stacks and the other group does not, you should run out behind the other group so the ball passes through them instead, allowing your group to reset stacks. Simply have 1 person calling out which side to run behind for every fireball, and it should be easy to keep stacks under control as long as people pay attention. All balls to yellow, for example, should be all it takes for people at red to get a reset. Outside of that, use your raid cooldowns when he does his fire pulses. Remember, he does 7 fire pulses and then takes a break, so those are the most healing intense moments. Use your raid cooldowns during the pulses, especially when stacks start to get high. To sum up, split your raid into 2 groups, have 1 defending the entrance to the tower and assisting the main group from ranged. Focus banners and healing totems when they spawn. Other than that, focus tidal shamans and then bone crushers and make sure both are kept interrupted. Have the defending group climb the tower after the first demolisher is dead, and then players from your main raid need to defend the north tower until they're done. After that, continue the fight as you would on normal. In phase 2, split your raid into 2 stacks in melee range. Whenever you're fixated, run behind one of the two groups and try to force the fireballs to different groups in order to let stacks reset. Thank you very much for watching this guide, and if you have any comments or suggestions, please post them in the comment section below, and remember to visit warcraftacademy.com for all of our other guides for Siege of Orgrimmar. If you like this guide, please do subscribe, it really helps me out a lot, I really appreciate it. Thank you, and catch you soon.